Good morning. Is it still morning? It is morning. I'm gonna do reading for those who are dealing with Leo. I'm sorry. Having a hard time here. All right. Hopefully that works out. Yeah. So for those of you dealing with Leo, I'm gonna do a reading for that. And if it resonates, it resonates. If it does not, then it's not your story. Please don't force it. And it could be your energy, the other person's energy, or whoever's around you. And I feel like it's about the relationship that you had. Because I don't think if it was happening right now, you guys would be obsessing about it. Now, when you're sitting there and you're obsessing about shit, it's not going to be beneficial to you in any shape, way, or form because it's meant to happen. Not so in our minds, if we feel like this should have happened like this needed to happen like this, what the fuck? No, take a time out. Bring it back a little bit. Spirit wants you to just relax and kind of let them take reins on what's going on, because whatever it is that happened or didn't happen that you're like, what the fuck right now, you have to release it, because the more you think about it, the more you're going to drive yourself crazy. Because right now they're showing me that you or this other person is, I don't like the word stalking because, could be good, could be bad. But I feel like they're watching you. They're keeping an eye on you, whatever it is that you're doing. Even if you're not really doing shit, they're still watching you. So I don't know if you guys are still together, not together, haven't talked in like 10 fucking years. They're watching you right now. So you're really, really in their heads and they can't stop thinking about you. But they seem to be fantasizing about you right now. Um, hmm. This is an addiction. Now, this person might have some mental issues. And when I say issues, it could just be depression, anxiety, PTSD, the list goes on. Hopefully, it doesn't get into the severe schizophrenia, things like that. But this is becoming an obsessive, almost addictive type of thing with them. But they're showing me it's like a split mind. So I don't know if it's, however it is, they're showing me a split. It's two people. Well, in minds, it's like two. So maybe they're really nice 1 second, and then the next second they're ready to bite your head off, or they're interested and want to be dealing with you or have something with you, and then it turns out that they really don't. They're it's their mind. It's not them. It's their minds that has them in these two places. So in order for them to deal with this, or you, it has to be clear cut. Whatever it is that you do or don't want, it needs to be stated, and say what you mean and mean what you say, basically, kind of thing. Don't say something and then act in another manner, or do this and then say, oh, no, 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 I meant this. Whatever it is, maintain it, okay? If it's a no, then stick with no. If it's a yes, then stick with yes. And make sure your actions follow that. Not just, okay, well, I'm going to do this and then, no, because that confuses people, it confuses you, and it fucks up everything. So everybody's just sitting in a confused state of mind right now. So if you're playing games with people's emotions, cut it out. Everybody got feelings. Nobody likes to be toyed with. Nobody likes to be lied to. Nobody likes any of that shit. It's not fun for either party. You're sitting here manipulating. They're sitting there hopeful and getting their feelings. Not be something that just be clear cut. So if you're the one that's dealing with this, I can only, it's hard. So just be honest and say, listen, this is what I want. If you can't give me this, then this is going to be the end of it. So for her, in anything, it's because we're raised with certain standards or morals or fucking word. We're raised with certain things that we feel like we need to abide by. To live your life like this. This is the only way you can have a relationship. If somebody's betraying you, then you never speak to them again. Or if you do stay with them, then it ends up for the sake of our family, and everybody's still holding on to resentment and hostilities and everything else. So when people have, it's like the split of minds. It's, you have this knowing inside of you, and it's not what culture or society teaches you. It's what's inside of you that you're like, okay, I'm fully aware of what is right for me. It is created all by people. Everybody has their own opinions. Everybody believes their own good perception. That's really, everything is perception, not what was taught to you, not what's around us, in order to get some clarity and for this split to stop. So that way you can be focused and say, okay, I'm ready to do this. That's what it is. You have to start trusting yourself and believe in what you know to be true, not what was not what you were raised on or what society tells you is true. Now, this here is also part of morality, which goes into the other, everything else. You know, you guys have to really just sit with yourselves at this point, because your mind is very split and you're having a hard time becoming aware of what it is that you need to do, and you're not listening to what's being told to you. Please work on your throat chakras. I swear to everything every time I get on here. Y'all don't be liking to talk. So they're showing me that there is awareness, and whatever like right now you feel conflicted and very self-defeated almost. And it's part, you did it to yourself. Not to laugh, not to, you know, I don't want to be an asshole, but it's like you do this because your mind is in two places. You don't know which way you want to go, and you end up causing yourself more harm and more damage than good. And you seem to be aware of this self-sabotaging energy that you have. And right now, whatever it is that you've been waiting on, you know, you feel defeated, because I'm assuming it's a relationship that you've been waiting on and just like on a pause. You're like, it's not going to happen. You're feeling defeated right now, but they're showing me that everything that's happening right now is happening as it was meant to happen. So if things are not good, if things are bad, if shit's just like, we ain't never going to talk again, you feel that way, this is all meant to happen the way it's happening, because it's a process for you to grow and for the other individual to grow. So the more you become aware of this, the easier it is to navigate through this and be able to come out on top, basically. Because right now, if you're still in this self-defeating energy, because that's what they're showing, is like you're still in this obsessive energy, why it's not working. Everything's happening the way it's meant to happen. So if things are still stagnant, it's because there's things that still need to be learned. There's things that need to be made aware, because they're showing there is a transformation that is going to come, and there's going to be movement. So when they show me this, it's either you're dealing with someone that's distant from you, or they are closer to you and you're going to be traveling to see them, or vice versa. But the more you allow the transformation to occur, they're showing that you'll be more open and receptive to spirit and how all of this is taking place. But if you keep on obsessing and constantly thinking about what went wrong, how it went wrong, how could you fix it, it's going to be hard, because you're keeping yourself blocked and you're repelling your blessings. So there is movement that's going to take place in this situation, but you have to be open to receiving it, okay? Because they're showing me that there is going to, this person is going to come back to you. So if you want it, yay. If you don't, you know, you close the door anytime you want. It's your choice. But this is a person from your past or from your childhood, past lifetimes. You've known this person for a long time. And when I get the 6, look at it as past life or childhood friendships or people you haven't seen in a while, that type of energy. Not the way they happened. You know, sometimes we replay than what they really had. Or we make it worse than what it really was. You know, you take it how it resonates. You know, look back on your situation, and are you making it seem like it was this beautiful, grand thing as opposed to what it really was? Or are you making it out worse than what it is? You know, you have to each his own. I don't know, you know, which one resonates more with you, but you have to see how you're remembering these things as opposed to what really happened, and really look at the situation as black and white, you know, like, oh, well, we were together, and shit just went left because we didn't have good communication, or it was a situationship and everything was chill, and then shit just went left. So look at it and see what resonates more with you, because they're telling me everything's happening for a reason, okay? So you have to stop with the negative emotions and remove yourself from anyone else that's being really negative or focusing on the things that scare you or worry you, okay? You have to change that mindset in order for this to progress or transform into what you're looking for. The longer you stay focused on the bad and the negative, that's what's going to keep on repelling and distancing what you're trying to gain. Excuse me. Okay, so really just truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and it usually is for your highest good, okay? And they're showing me that you are the creator of your life. You have everything that you need to create your life right now, and you have to take charge of it. So if you've kind of been not putting in enough effort, been kind of like, oh, we'll see where everything goes and see what happens, you have to start putting some type of work in and start manifesting what it is that you need to become successful in what it is that you want. And for some of you, it is spiritual work, like manifestations. There has been a completion of a cycle. So, again, the obsessive thinking, obviously, but it has something to do with pride. So, if someone was holding on to their pride or was being so prideful about something that occurred, that has now come to a completion. So if you feel like you've been not being able to communicate with this person or vice versa, that's coming to a completion. Okay. So if they've been like on a high horse, like I'm better than you type of thing, that's coming to an end. Okay. So if you've been waiting for that, it's happening. And they're showing me that now love is possible and it will persevere. So if, like I said, if this has been a constant theme where you've been like, oh, I've been waiting, I've been this, I've been that, it's taking motion now. Momentum's picking up. But again, for those of you that this is definitely a love situation, you are going to persevere in it. So just change your mindset a little bit, because they're showing me a man, but I just like to say individuals. Well, we both have masculine and feminine energy, but they're showing that's going to help you through this time, that's going to come to fruition. And they're showing that there is beauty and abundance all around you, but you're stopping yourself from taking that. You're stopping yourself from fully engulfing all of these things that are surrounding you, because they're saying there is going to be a new beginning. And for some of you, it is projects, it is writing a book. Others of you, it is a baby. So if you're not looking to have a child, strap it up. But this individual will come to help you. And like I said, they're showing courage to go through, because like I said, they're showing me a gate where you're afraid to go through it. There's nothing keeping you there, but you're not opening it. All you gotta do is push it open, but you're not going through it. And sometimes going into things that you're not fully aware of what the outcome is, afraid. But that's more of a reason to go towards it when for certainty, like, okay, this is what it was. There's no longer a question, there's no wondering. It's, I know. When you take that risk, when you take action against things where you're like, I don't know if this shit's even going to go the way I want it to, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's more rewarding. Okay, so step forward and don't look back, okay? Because when you keep looking back, you're not living in the present moment and you're not fully appreciating life for what it is. They want you to remember to do fun things. I know a lot in 6-8 o'clock, but try to find things that entertain you, that bring you joy. Shit, if you play board games, I love board games. Find some board games, do that. Even shit online. But whatever makes you feel like childlike, they want you to do that and focus pure intention. Now, I say pure intention because a lot of us, like we have a lot of wants and desires, but a lot of that comes from our minds. It's not from our heart. So when you have a true wish, like in your heart, in your soul, like something you truly, truly desire, that is a pure intention. That is something that you're putting out into the universe because your soul is like, yes, I really want this. Focus on that, okay? Because when you do that, it's for the highest good. You're not just wishing bad on people because they pissed you off, or you're not trying to manifest something just out of a thought. You're truly trying to manifest it from your heart. And for some of you, it is this relationship that you have been trying to manifest, that you've been obsessing about insatiably. But you have to stop doing that. You have to get it out of your head, because that's more of attachment to what's going to happen, as opposed to unconditional love and just being there for that individual. But like I said, they again, if I keep repeating myself, it's because the cards keep telling me the same shit. So I have to keep saying it. There is a reconciliation that is coming for you. And again, it is past life relationship. They're saying you, again, you know this fucking person. So whether it's from this lifetime or another lifetime, if you haven't met them in this lifetime, when you do meet them, the energy is going to feel like you've known them your whole life. And it's not going to feel awkward. It's going to feel like, how the fuck is this possible? That's the type of energy. So you'll know if it's a past life connection, because it's going to feel like you've known them forever. Okay. And for those of you that it is a past person, well, then you already know it's a past fucking person and they're coming back to you. But they're saying you have to have faith. So whatever it is that happened between y'all that had y'all all broken up and not fucking with each other, you have to have faith. And I know it's hard. I don't know exactly what happened, because this is a collective read, but whatever it was, try to have faith in spirit and try to see the bigger picture. Maybe there was something that you needed to learn. Maybe you had too much pride. Maybe there was too much ego. Whatever it was, see what you could take from it and see what you learned from it. Because once you start looking at things from a different awareness, everything makes more sense, and you allow those to pass by. Okay. But they're saying you need to face whatever happened, you need to face head on. Okay. So be victorious. But you have to face this. So if it's been a situation that's kind of been tiptoed around, you guys been avoiding it, you haven't really sat down and had a real conversation. Why? So you want to be treated with the respect you deserve, and understand, like I said, there's two right now, the split mind. You have to find a way to bring this into balance. Okay, because once you bring this, and I don't want to say split mind like it's a horrible thing. It's more like part of you was like, yes, I want this. And the other part of you is probably like, I don't know if I can do this. Fuck this. So when you have these things going on, it's like pissed off, feel your feelings, but also be fully aware as to why you're pissed off, why your feelings are hurt. Do you have a valid reason to be upset? Do you have a valid reason to be hurt? And if it's yes, then fine. But also, if this is something you want long term, this is the person you want to be with, you also have to decide if you can put it past you, if you can heal it, if you're going to let it go. So you split. Now, the other energy that's coming through is a creative energy. Okay, they're asking you to stay creative in regards on how to either pursue your dream or solve a problem. Now, I'm going to go out. Patience. Patience is what keeps coming up. So you know the person you're dealing with, you know their temperaments, you know their habits, you know pretty much the ins and outs of this individual. So have patience in dealing with this situation, because they're showing me that, again, they're showing me fucking watching. So watching, or either they're watching you or you've seen something that gave you clarity and truth about the situation, the relationship that you guys have. Now, where am I? Is it this card? No. Yeah. So, yes, if they're watching, because when I see this card, I look at it as they're watching you, or you've seen something that you weren't fully aware of. And that's where you're at now, like this obsessive. So if you became aware of something that happened or they didn't tell you about, it's almost like you gained some harmony, like some type of peace came over you. It kind of released whatever you had in your heart. So if you've been holding on to this dream that you're like, yes, 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 it's going to happen, or however this is going to play out, and it finally, like, maybe it was the last straw that broke the camel's back in order for you to release it, you're coming into harmony, okay? And they want you to find joy in doing the real simple things. because once you start finding joy in all of the everyday things, your creativity is going to start to blossom. And again, if this is a situation that requires creativity, maybe you're artistic and you're going to be able to express it through your creativity to this individual, like, hey, this is how I feel, you know. But like I said, a reconciliation is coming. And they're showing that there was a tower moment, an internal tower moment. Now, there's a lot of vulnerability right now. And I think there's several major arcana cards, but right now, this is something that you don't have control over. This is basically the universe taking control over your situation, and everything's happening the way it's supposed to happen. But you're having this internal tower moment in regards to this, and it's helping you have to now make a decision. Now, they're showing me the decision is a major decision, but for also, this is the second or third time the lovers came out. So for others of you, it is a love situation that you're going to be making a decision on. But you have to be fully aware of the decision that you're making and make sure that you're making it for the right reasons. Don't make a decision out of anger. Don't make a decision out of pride. Don't make a decision out of fear. Make the decision from your soul, from your heart that I'm sorry. So make sure you're making the decision that it's not based on a temporary get back. So try to find a center before you make this decision. If it's walking away, if it's getting back together, whatever it is, make sure you're doing it from a stable place. Okay. Don't do it out of haste, and definitely not out of anger or sadness, because that just doesn't help anyone. Meditate. They want you to go into prayer or meditation, whatever it is that you do. But they want you to start doing that, because they're saying when you start doing that, that's going to help you. For me, again, solitude. Go into your prayers, go into these things, because when you start doing it, and just do it for the highest good. Don't do it for your selfishness, selfish reasons. Don't be like, well, I want this person, I want this, I want that. Do it for the highest good. Okay. Make sure you're saying, well, may all of this occur for the highest good. You don't want it to just happen for you and nobody be like, oh, well, it's good for me, but it's bad for them. Spirit doesn't work that way. They try to do it for everyone. But some of you have gone through a recent heartbreak, because I'm seeing the Three of Swords. So again, everything is a learning situation, and they're saying you're going to go stronger from this, and the sadness is going to heal within time. So, and I know, but again, this is the bad thing, is being obsessive about it, because like I said, there's different energies. There's the obsessive energy, and then there's the other one that has to be more creative about this. So you have to believe in yourself, because whatever it is right now that you're supposed to be creating, some of you might be on the spiritual path, and that's what you need to be focused on and putting your energy into at this time. But you have to maintain a balance between work and home life. Don't put so much into work that you're not giving enough to your home life, and don't put so much into your home life where you're just completely discarding work, okay? Because there's somebody out there that's very, very talented. So please work on your creativity, whatever it is, and understand that you're not meant to do everything. While a lot of us might be skilled enough and be like, oh, yeah, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that. There's something that you were born with. There's a natural gift that you were given that you are meant to develop and be spectacular in, okay? So, whatever it is, you've known it because it's something you felt your whole life. That's something that you're supposed to be acting on and doing, okay? But don't feel like, oh, well, this person is a basketball player, so now I have to be a basketball player. Or this person reads cards this way, I have to read cards that way. Whatever it is, you have to be authentically you and trust yourself and what spirit has given you as a gift to give to the world, okay? But you're going to be compensated for all of your hard work. And for some of you, you are self-employed right now. That's an awesome thing. Please do not conform. Basically, don't conform. Don't do what everybody else does. But they're saying with the synchronicity and the effort that you put in, the partnership is going to come back to fruition. And again, it is going to be a creative partnership. And you guys probably have to work together, but it's going to take time. You have to wait for everybody to fall in place. And like I said, maybe you learn your lessons, maybe you're ready. So take this time as you're going to be single, you're going to work on yourself, you're going to, when this individual gets their head out their ass or is done going through their with that, let them go through that, because clearly there's still things that they need to learn before they can come into another relationship and fully appreciate it. Okay, you don't want someone that's going to come into the relationship and still be doing the same stupid shit. You have a lot of a lot of options. They're even an option. I don't even, that sounds crazy, but that you're not aware. There's something or somebody there, that is like, you have these options, but there's also other options that you're not fully aware of. And they're showing me that it's either going to be a business mergence. You guys are either going to merge, you're going to find someone to partner up with business wise, or it is going to be a reconciliation. And again, with the spiritual path. And like I said, if I keep repeating it, it's because they keep giving me the shit and I have to say it. So it's things that you really need to hear, but you chose for this lifetime to come and begin this spiritual journey. So that's what they're showing me now. So while you're on this journey, your ancestors, your guides, your spirits, but there's like little orbs all over here, which are your guides and your ancestors that are watching you. They look at the lessons, the things that you've gone through. Don't look at them as they have been pointless or it was just something that was detrimental, or as if it was a setback, because they're not setbacks. There are lessons in everything that we go through. So whatever it was, we chose these lessons for a specific reason to grow our souls. So don't feel so bad. I know it's easier said than done, especially. So don't hate me. I'm sorry. I'm just giving you what they tell me. Protect your dreams, okay? And wishing and praying for a long time, like you really, really want this. It's okay to hold on to things until you're ready to release it. So maybe this situation has come to the place where you're like, okay, I'm ready to release this. I'm ready to be whole again. I'm ready to try again and find something new. So whatever's going on, there are many blessings, okay? They're coming. Like I said, people don't believe in miracles, but miracles happen. So if you still feel like this is the individual, this is the path you want, this is what is for you, then please continue to pursue it. Don't give up because shit gets rocky and hard. That's what a lot of society this day people do. They just like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to give up. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm not going to work on it. Put the effort in. If it's something that's worth it to you, put the effort into it. Okay? But you have to stop thinking about all of this shit. You have to put action. So if it's time for you to put action into your spiritual path, start putting the action into that path. If it's the relationship that you've been putting off, sometimes we'll let if our feelings are hurt, we'll definitely let shit get in the way and we won't speak our truth. But you have to speak your truth. Communication somehow needs to happen. Now, I'm not going to encourage it if it's a toxic situation where one of y'all is crazy, the other one might be a little bit calmer, or vice versa, or both of y'all have a bad temper. You know the person you're dealing with. You know if it's better to let time, and let it rest, or if you should say something and see what happens. That's to each his own. But they want you to stay optimistic, okay? And again, don't miss your blessings. Like I said, a lot of us can get stuck in our feelings and in our head, and we're missing our blessings. We're missing the messages from our guides, from our ancestors. We're missing all of the things that they're telling us. So if you get too caught up in your pride, in your head, in your ego space, or even in your feelings, you're going to miss this connection. You're going to miss the person that was meant for you. So just be aware, if you keep seeing the same thing, you keep hearing the same thing, running into people, and they have similar shit to say, okay, just be aware of this. And when you guys do come back together, honest communication needs to take place. And discuss as much as you can, okay? Talk, because the more you get to, you guys keep on this path of not really communicating, not being honest, not being fully open, it's not going to work out, okay? But you have to stay positive, stay optimistic, because the way you think is going to affect everything else that's going on. So if you allow the negative mindset to take over, then yes, negativity is what's going to win. But right now, you have to accept this for what it is. And, you know, whatever your situation was, because whoever is stalking, they're very obsessed. I feel more like it's the masculine energy. I feel more like that's the masculine energy, and the creativity is more the feminine energy. But accept the situation as it is, okay? If you can't change it right now, just let it rock. And like I said, always, always, always be honest and be truthful. And a lot of us don't like to be honest or truthful because we're scared we're going to hurt someone else's feelings. Well, I want to say this, but I know if I say this, they're going to flip the fuck out, or this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Let it go. Fuck it. People are going to take shit how they're going to take it. They either going to resonate with you or they're going to judge you. Something's going to happen. You just have to stand up for yourself and be respectful. You don't have to be an asshole to be truthful. Be honest. But pay attention, because again, they're saying their signs, there's stuff that they're trying to give you. They are showing you things that you're not paying attention to. And they want you to allow the signs that they give you to dictate your choices, whatever decision it is you're waiting on, or you've been looking for signs and you're like, I don't know. Pay attention. Spirit animals, numbers, synchronicities, you running into someone you haven't seen in forever. Like, pay attention to all of these things, okay? Because they're telling they're there. They're like on it heavy right now. Pay attention, okay? And like I said, be honest. And if the situation needs time, let it have time. Don't push it. Don't rush it, because it's like if you're baking a fucking cake, right? You want the cake. You're like, yes, I'm ready to put frosting. I'm ready to fucking eat this shit. But you can't bake the cake for 15 minutes and expect it to be done. You know, you're going to bake the cake 15 minutes, then you're going to take it out and you're going to be like, damn, this shit wasn't ready. Now it's fucked up and all these other issues. So look at it like that. You know, you have to allow things to take its time before it works out the way you want it to. Okay. So it's better to wait the full 30, 45 minutes for the cake to bake and be like, okay, now it's ready for me to consume it, as opposed to it's half ready. So let's see what happens and hope I don't end up on the fucking toilet. So take it how it resonates. Okay. But that was the reading for today. I pulled some cards for you guys for crystals. Maybe I'll read it to you if I find this fucking book. I have watermelon tourmaline. I don't know. I've never seen this crystal besides in the cards. So let's find that one. Oh, God. So, yes, seeing perfection in the moment, basking in the bliss of just being, natural joy, and a peaceful heart. So, again, yes, this is very important for just enjoying what life has to offer you right now, you know, especially in these times where everybody's running around scared as shit, not knowing what the fuck's going to happen from one day to the next. Now we have Jade, treasures within, a consciousness of abundance, recognizing that you are more than enough. So if at any point you felt you weren't enough, you are, okay? Don't let anyone change your fucking, tell you otherwise. And the last card I pulled for crystals for you guys is Auralite, mindfulness, meditation on the present. So again, you remember they said mindfulness and meditating. So please, please, please meditate, so that way you guys can get the answers you're looking for. And I'm going to pull some cards from the Angel Answered deck. If you have any questions, please focus on it. I'm going to pull 3 cards. You see which one resonates with you the best. Oh, somebody being stubborn. Other one is no. And the last one is yes. So this is a definite yes. The other one is a definite no. And a year from now. So hopefully, then do Aries. So I'll talk to you then. Bye.